Long ago, our ancestors were very afraid of fire. When lightning hit dry grass, fire would start and spread everywhere. Animals screamed and ran. The sky turned red. To early humans, this looked like the end of the world. They didn't understand fire and only knew to run from it.
One day, after a wildfire, humans found something new. Animals were already cooked by the fire. The meat was soft and warm. It was easy to chew and gave more energy than raw food. This was a big change. Cooked food helped them live better and stronger.
After humans found cooked food, they learned to use fire in a new way. They couldn't make fire yet, but they learned how to take it from wildfires. When fire came from the sky, early people took burning branches back to their camps. This was risky, yet important. Fire gave warmth in the cold and light in the dark. So they guarded it like a treasure, keeping the flame alive as long as possible.
Fire did more than just give warmth and light. It changed how humans lived together. With fire, the day was longer. The night became a time for sitting, talking, and sharing stories by the fire. This brought people together in a way that had never happened before. Families and friends would gather, creating bonds and sharing experiences. This social time helped early humans connect and grow as a community under the starry sky.
Amazingly, the oldest place where we know early humans controlled fire is inside a cave in South Africa. There, people sat 1 million years ago and kept a fire burning. They didn't just let the fire happen, they used it with purpose. This was a big step. It showed that early humans learned to keep fire burning intentionally, using it as they needed. This intentional use of fire was important for survival and change.
The ability to sit around a fire and talk may seem simple, but it was a turning point. Fire helped make the night safe, and humans began using this time for something new: sharing, learning, and connecting. This laid a foundation for future generations. Stories, ideas, and plans were shared in a safe space. Without fire, these nighttime interactions wouldn't have been possible. This shared time around the fire played a key role in human history.
As humans began to understand fire, they realized they could make it themselves. Before, they only knew how to keep a fire going if they found one. But things changed. They learned about friction. This means rubbing two sticks together until they got hot and started to burn. They also used percussion. That is when they hit two stones to make a spark. These new ways to start a fire were very useful.
When people learned how to make fire, it changed how they lived. Now they could travel to many places. They could go to cold mountains, frozen lands, and dark places. Fire gave warmth and cooked food wherever they went. It was like carrying safety everywhere. This made them strong and helped them survive in new places. Fire truly became a tool of life that humans could depend on all the time.
Imagine the first time a person made fire from two rocks. It must have been amazing. Before, they waited for lightning to make a fire, but now they could do it anytime. This freedom was new and exciting. Making fire gave people power over nature. They did not need to wait for a storm anymore. This control was a big step forward for humans and changed how they saw the world.
Creating fire meant humans didn't have to ask nature for help all the time. They could see the world in a different way. This was a big change for them. Fire was not just a tool for warmth and cooking. It was a symbol of freedom. With fire, they became free to explore more and settled in new places. Fire changed how they lived, moved, and survived. It was a new beginning.
When humans began cooking food, it changed a lot about them. Before cooking, people needed very big jaws and teeth to eat raw food. Chewing took a lot of their time and energy each day. But cooking made food soft. It was easy to eat and needed less chewing. This change helped their jaws to get smaller, and their faces looked less like those of apes over many years.
The energy that was saved because of cooking didn't go to waste. Instead, it helped the brain get bigger. The brain uses a lot of energy. Cooking gave the body more energy, and some of it went to the brain. This helped early humans think better and become more intelligent. Because they cooked food, their brains could grow, and they developed the skills needed to think of big ideas.
Cooking changed how people chose their food too. Before fire, they ate what they found. But with cooking, they could eat more kinds of food and stay healthy. Fire helped them live in places where they could not eat raw food easily. This way, fire made a big difference in their survival. It ensured they could live in different places and have new ways to get the nutrition they needed to grow.
Fire was not just about eating better. It was important for life. It allowed humans to explore and survive in areas where it was cold or hard to find food. Without fire, their options for living and exploring would have been very limited. Fire gave people the chance to go on adventures and make new homes across the world. It was a key tool in helping early humans grow and change.
Fire had a big role in changing how people came together. It was more than just survival. Around the campfire, people could talk and laugh. One example is the Jew Huansi Bushmen. During the day, they talked about things they needed to do, like hunting. But at night, they gathered around the fire and shared stories, jokes, and dreams. Firelight brought them close, like family.
At night, the world changed. People sat by the fire and shared their lives. It became a new time for stories and culture. The fire was more than just light and heat. It was like the first theater, a place to learn and dream. People learned about who they were and where they came from. Around the fire, human culture began to grow and take shape.
The light from the fire helped people feel safe with each other. It was a place where they could share ideas and feel connected. This understanding made them stronger as a group. It helped them feel like one community. The warmth of the fire and their shared stories made them feel like they belonged together. Fire helped start the very first steps of human culture, a culture we still build on today.
This shared time around the fire gave birth to something new. People told stories that carried lessons. The stories told around the fire gave meaning to the night. They helped connect people with their past and with each other. Fire made it possible for people to have these special moments that were more than just about staying alive. They were about living with purpose and meaning.
With fire, humans could now live in cold places. They could explore new lands and cross mountains and frozen lands. Fire was their key to survive in different climates. It gave warmth and cooked the food they needed to stay strong. Because of fire, humans could move far from their original homes and settle in new places.
Fire was more than warmth. It changed how humans interacted with their environment. They could burn trees to make open spaces for animals to graze. It helped in crafting tools like hardening spear tips. Fire allowed early humans to cook clay into pots. Later, they melted metal to make new tools. With fire, they could change the world around them.
Fire played a big role in creating new technologies. From cooking to crafting, fire was there. Early humans learned how to use fire to make life easier. These early uses of fire laid the groundwork for the development of science and industry. Without fire, the tools and machines we use today might not exist. It was the beginning of all modern technology.
The roots of today's industry can be traced back to early fire use. The wheel was once formed using fire. Later, engines that run many machines and vehicles needed fire to work. Even the electricity that powers our gadgets often comes from burning fuel. Fire started a path that led to the world we know now, full of inventions.
Long ago, humans slept differently. They didn't sleep like we do now. Back then, their sleep was in two parts. First, they would sleep for about 4 hours. Then, they would wake up in the middle of the night. After staying awake for 1 or 2 hours, they would sleep again until morning. This was normal. People lay in bed, thinking or watching the fire.
During those quiet hours, people experienced a special state. It was calm and like a dream. They felt relaxed and maybe even a bit like they were dreaming while awake. This time was quiet and peaceful. It was important for them to check on the fire, too. The fire needed to be watched so it wouldn't go out in the night.
Today, when people wake up in the night, they often worry if something is wrong, but maybe it isn't wrong at all. Waking up might be part of how people used to sleep a long time ago. The fire and darkness ruled those hours. This natural rhythm might still be inside us. Fire a long time ago helped shape how we think and sleep.
So when you wake up at night and can't sleep, think about those old days. They needed the fire to stay warm and safe. Watching the flames was a part of life. Modern insomnia might just be an old memory of those times. Our bodies might still remember the nights spent watching the fire. It's all tied to our history with fire, even how we sleep.
Remember to like our show. It helps us reach more listeners. Also, think about how fire is part of your life today. Fire is everywhere, even if we don't see it. From our homes to our food, fire is there. Thanks for being with us today, and don't forget to subscribe.